15 seconds to spare. I had plenty of time.
That's right.
10 seconds.
All right, let's go ahead and get started with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, good morning, everyone. It is June 9th. Welcome to the Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. I'm Aaron Mays. I represent District 3. On my left is Commissioner Bill Rippon. He represents District 1. On my right is Commissioner Kevin Cook. He represents District 2. Good morning. Our County Councilor, Rich Eckert, is at my far right, and our County Clerk, Lisa Schmidt, is at my far left. Good morning to both of you as well.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Let's go ahead and dive in. First item, please.
First item that has work to it is the consent agenda.
Okay, we've got quite a few items on the consent agenda today. If there's no questions or concerns, I would move for approval.
Second.
Okay, so we've got a motion by Commissioner Mays and a second by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Next item is new business. A, County Clerk. 1, consider all voucher payments.
All right, vouchers for last week is $3,502,594.38. There were no significant payments to note, so with that, I would move for approval of the vouchers. If there's no questions or comments. Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item.
B, Planning Department. 1, public hearing and consider approval of resolution number 2025-43 to amend the district zoning classification from RA-1 to I-1 on Northwest US 24 Highway in Silver Lake Township.
Before we get started, were there correction orders today?
Apologies, no, there are no corrections.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Good morning, Commissioners. Joni Fedani, Director of the Planning Department. As mentioned, we are here today for a public hearing on Resolution 2025-43 to amend the zoning district classification from RA1 to I1. This is located just east of Silver Lake, and what it is we have Mr. Robertson, who owns Window Design, is expanding some of his business operations. Currently has a business location right outside of Silver Lake, and it's noted here as 9939 is where the current business is, and in green to the east of that is what he is wanting to expand. And so he's taking the RA zoning that currently exists and is requesting to change that to I1. His current business already has I1 zoning, and so we are wanting to just make those the same so that he can continue his operations. So he's wanting to expand the adjacent window design and remodeling business. He has planned warehouse use and manufacturing buildings for the new property. In the future, he may also allow some RV parking and future storage units. All of those are allowed uses in the I1 district. So we did notify property owners on this. We have to notify anybody within 1,000 feet within the county, but only 200 feet within the city of Silver Lake. And so you can see here that there were just a few that were notified in the city, and then everybody else on the outskirts were also notified. I wanted to show here the change because this does come close to city limits here. What you can see is the yellow on the right. That's all city of Silver Lake boundary, and his particular parcel is located outside of the city limits. And then the one on the right shows the zoning, so you can see how the zoning differs. Now, we show all of the zoning within the city of Silver Lake as RA, but we don't do the zoning for Silver Lake, so that mapping may not be quite accurate. But what you can see is that his existing parcel is I1, and then the one to the right is RA, and that's what we're attempting to expand to the I1. We sent out 13 letters to property owners. Nobody responded to those letters, and no one appeared at the public hearing in front of the Planning Commission to oppose. The public hearing was held on May 12, and the Planning Commission voted to recommend approval of the recommendations 4-0. We did have 2 commissioners absent that day, and we do have 1 vacant position. The recommendation by staff is to approve. The requirements would be submission of a drainage report to Public Works for review and approval, final plat of the subject property. So at a separate time, we're going to be coming back in front of you in regards to platting this parcel. They are working on getting that drawn up and submitted, and so we're getting the rezoning done first, and then we'll do the plat after. But that plat would have to be approved prior to any sort of development. Also, we are asking that they get an entrance permit from KDOT, who maintains the road in front of them. There may be the potential for an ingress egress with his parcel to the left, but we did want to ensure that they had an entrance option off of this particular parcel. And they have reached out to KDOT and should be able to obtain that. And that is it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Other than that, we are ready for a public hearing.
Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, so does the city of Topeka have, or city of Silver Lake rather, have any input into this at all?
So we were discussing that actually right before the meeting. I do not know offhand whether or not we sent notification to the city of Silver Lake. We don't it's a little bit different than with the city of Topeka, who has the 3-mile jurisdiction, where they have some sort of different decision-making on what happens outside of their city limits. The city of Silver Lake does not have that. It does butt up close to the city limits, but does not necessarily require that we send them notification. And I do not recall offhand whether or not we sent it to the city of Silver Lake ahead of time.
Okay, but if we had, the most that they would be able to do would be object.
Right.
Or
correct.
Consent.
Or ask if it's a situation where the property owner wanted to annex. Yeah.
And just to be clear, they could still do that.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Commissioner Rippon.
Joni, are they on rural water district then, or for water, or are they on Silver Lake utilities, or?
I'm going to actually defer to the applicant to answer some of those questions. I do know that they have a septic system, but when it comes to water, I'm not sure whether, I believe city water, but I will defer to the applicant for that.
No. Okay.
Joshua Blinsky with SBB Engineering. They're currently on a well on the property,
Okay.
Okay.
so no city utilities. They have an on-lot septic system as well.
Okay. And there are no current sidewalks out in that area either?
No,
Okay.
just the KDOT ditch.
Okay. Lovely.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions for either the applicant or Joni?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Then I would make a motion that we open a public hearing.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. We're in a public hearing now. Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor? How about anyone wishing to oppose this? Neutral? I'm not seeing anyone. Okay, so I would make a motion that we close the public hearing and approve the resolution
With staff recommendations?
with staff recommendations
Second.
as presented. So motion by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you.
Commissioners.
All right, next item, please.
C, Public Works. 1, consider awarding a bid to Mid-States Materials for up to 4,000 tons of clean crushed limestone at a unit cost of $24.99 per ton for use in chip and seal overlay for Monmouth Township and certain Shawnee County roads.
Good morning, Commissioners. Courtney, House Director of Public Works. We received 2 bids, and I'm asking you to award this bid not to the lowest bid, but what we consider the best bid. Most of this material will be used in Monmouth Township, as the county clerk said, and Big Springs is much closer than Perry, so that's the reason. There's not enough difference in price to really justify driving all the way to north and east on US 24. So we'd like to accept the bid from Big Springs. It's Mid-States Materials, obviously, and this will result in the shortest travel distance. We have to, we take our trucks to the quarry, they load them for us, and then we drive them back to where we stockpile the material. So Big Springs, best deal for us, and I'm requesting your approval. Look forward to your questions.
Questions? Yeah.
Kurt, we do the chip and seal for them on now?
Yes, we do, yes.
That's right.
Are they aware of this?
Oh, it's every year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
routine, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, I'll move for approval then.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
D, Health Department. 1, consider approval of contract C219-2025 between the Shawnee County Health Department and TARC, which will provide $23,000 to the Shawnee County Health Department for providing in-home nursing services from July 1, 2025 through June 30th of 2026.
Good morning, Misty Middendorf, Family Health Division Manager, Health Department. And as the clerk read, this is a contract we've had for many, many years where one of our RNs partners with some of their professional staff at TARC, and they do in-home services for high-risk infants and up to age 3. And then she also will sit in on what they call case conferences on weekly meetings that will discuss like 20 to 25 different cases. And we also use the same nurse for our nurse-family partnership, so she works full-time for us, but she'll be doing about 12 hours a week for TARC. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
No. I would move for approval.
Okay, I'll second. Motion by Commissioner Rippon, second by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you.
Thanks.
Next item, please.
E, Information Technology. 1, consider approval of contract C223-2025 for renewal of an annual maintenance contract with Central Square Technologies for the county's One Solution software at an annual cost of $91,765.72.
Morning, Commissioners. Mark Price, Information Technology. This is just our annual renewal of our One Solution Finance Enterprise maintenance. This is what does our ERP and payroll throughout the county, used by every single department to pay bills and pay our employees.
Okay. Questions?
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
2, consider approval of contract C224-2025 for the purchase of public records management, social media archiving, and accessibility solutions from Civic Plus at a total cost of $23,596.90 with funding from the 2025 Information Technology budget.
Morning, Commissioners. Mark Price, Information Technology again. This is the request to purchase some new software from Civic Plus. We already use Civic Plus for our clerk management, and Rich uses it for code management. This would be adding some software that would do open records requests to make it simpler for people in the public to actually make a request, pay, deliver it all online, where now it's more of a little bit of a paper manual process. The social media archiving would make it a one-stop search if someone's looking to see what we've put out online about something in social media. This would give them a single search place. They could find all that information. And then the accessibility is just to make it a little easier on us as we're preparing for WCAG. It's federal ADA compliance. It's mandated for April of 26. This will allow a little more streamlined processing of that. The nice thing about all these products that we have from Civic Plus, it is going to be a single place on our website. You can go and search all 4 of those records: code, commission, open records requests, and social media. So instead of having to go to possibly 4 or 5 different places to find that, this will give the public one place they can go and find all the information about a subject we're covering.
Okay. Great. Any questions?
Yep. I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0. Mark, I did have one question. When do you anticipate this being up and running for the public?
I would guess it would take a couple months between the three products we have to put in place. What I'll do is once we get a project manager and a timeline, I will report back and let you know how that process is going.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, next item, please.
F, Human Resources. 1, consider resolution number 2025-41, establishing salaries for all elected and appointed officials effective July 1 of 2025.
Good morning, Commissioners. Mike Augustine with Human Resources. On the agenda this morning is the resolution setting the wages for Shawnee County elected officials for 2025. These wage amounts will go into effect for the county pay period that includes July 1, 2025.
Okay, questions? Okay. I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
2, consider resolution number 2025-42, establishing salaries for all department heads effective July 1 of 2025.
Again, Commissioners, Mike Augustine with Human Resources. As the clerk stated, this resolution is to approve the wages for all Shawnee County department heads for the 2025 year. These wage amounts also will go into effect for the county pay period that includes July 1, 2025.
Any questions? Okay, I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
3, consider resolution number 2025-43, authorizing step increases for 2025 for classified and unclassified employees paid pursuant to the classified pay.
Good morning, Commissioners. Mike Augustine with Human Resources. This resolution sets the 2025 wages for Shawnee County's classified employees and also unclassified employees who are attached to a wage scale. The resolution and the included scales would provide for a 3% scale change plus 1 step increase, if applicable, for each classified and applicable unclassified employee to be effective the pay period that includes July 1, 2025. The resolution also includes classified corrections command wage scale changes and would provide a 4% scale change and 1 step increase, if applicable, for the Department of Corrections employees in the following classifications: line supervisor, unit supervisor, division manager, and deputy director, to be effective the pay period that includes July 1, 2025. The Sheriff's Office command staff wage scale would provide for a 10% scale change for the classification of lieutenant, an 8.5% scale change for the position of captain, and a 10% scale change for the classification of major, to be effective the pay period that includes July 1, 2025. These wage changes will affect approximately 280 permanent, non-union, classified, and unclassified employees. I stand for any questions.
Any questions?
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Next item, please.
G, Facilities Management. 1, consider request to amend contract C117-2025 with Green Care Lawn and Landscape to pay invoices adding $21,200 to the initial price of $43,300 for additional landscaping items and fencing to the courthouse, to be paid from the Courthouse Landscape Project Fund.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jake Fisher, Interim Director of Facilities Management. Yes, what we have here is the Commission back on March the 20th had initially authorized contract C117-2025 in the amount of $43,300 for landscaping around the courthouse as part of that remodel and renovation. After that time, additional work was done that came to $8,700 for sod that was put in, and then another $12,500 for additional trees, plants, and additional concrete or metal edging that was done for landscaping. And so that totals $21,200. The work has been done. We've received invoices for it, and so at this time, obviously, that was before I assumed this position, and so I would ask the commissioners to consider paying that since the work has been done. And there is still money in the project fund.
Questions?
I would move for approval.
Second.
Okay, got a motion by Commissioner Rippon and a second by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
H, Department of Corrections. 1, consider approval of request for the upgrade of the detention center key management system at the cost of $77,877.30 to be paid from the department's building maintenance project fund.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Phelps, Department of Corrections. Back in 2011, we issued an RFP to move from manual key management. We have almost 400 separate posts that have to have specialized keys managed for that post. And we moved to an electronic system, and it's now showing its age, being 14 years old. So this is to upgrade the boxes and the technology so that we can continue to use this system. I'm happy to answer any questions.
So does this mean you guys aren't walking around with a big ring of keys hanging on your belt loop, like in the movies?
We actually are. When they come on duty, they have to check them out using their fingerprint to make sure that it's secure, and then the system tracks if they don't turn it back in time, so we can run them down and get those keys back.
Okay.
So that's the whole idea. I appreciate the question, though.
Any questions?
I'll move for approval.
I'll second. Motion by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
I, Parks and Recreation. 1, consider approval of contract C225-2025 with Cirque Entertainment LLC, which provides the rules and regulations to provide a circus event to be held at Shawnee South on July 4th through the 7th, 2025.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Laurent, Parks and Recreation Department. This is the same outfit that we dealt with last year for the circus. It's a different circus, however. A little bit, I mean, we had no problems last year with the circus, but there were a lot of questions. This is, I would term this, I think last year's was family friendly. This is even more family friendly. It's in the same location, just south of the quarter midget track. We think it's a good deal for us. They do have insurance. The county is listed as an additionally insured party. This has gone through our legal department, and I would be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? I have one. So last year, obviously, there were questions about the marketing and content
Right.
of the previous, it was the R-rated circus.
Right.
And so there were some folks upset about that, but there were also concerns about traffic. Were there any issues with traffic or any damage to the ground out there from cars that you're aware of?
I did hear those concerns, but there was no damage to our property or any property there that I was made aware of. And I don't believe that we had any, it didn't impact us, operations at Forbes. It's obviously happening in the evening. This isn't, when some of the other facilities are open out there, Boys and Girls Club and that stuff. So I did not get any, I did not hear of or see any damage or any issues other than just people's perceived notion of what this was about.
Okay. Yeah.
So is this all done under the big tent? Is that
It is, yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
And you know what the capacity is for that?
I don't know that off the top of my head.
Okay, all right.
Any other questions? No. All right, I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you. Next item, please.
J, Commission. 1, appoint Rich Eckert as a voting delegate at NACO's 90th Annual Conference.
So typically, we would appoint a commissioner, but my understanding is that neither myself or the two of you are going to NACO this year, and so Rich is going, and we do need to appoint a voting delegate or a proxy as a voting member, so I would move that we appoint Rich Eckert.
Second.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0.
No worries, Commissioners. In accordance with my personal philosophies, I'll be voting no on everything.
So part of it is an election for the president of NACO. I don't know how you vote no.
I will.
When given. Yeah. So, all right. Good to know. Good to know. All right. Next item, please.
2, consider canceling the June 12th, 26th, and July 17th work sessions.
Okay, so we're working ahead based on the calendar. There's some scheduling conflicts, so we'll be canceling these 3. I would make a motion to cancel those.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Mays, second by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
I did not see anyone signed up for public comment.
I don't have anyone signed up.
The next item would be administrative communications.
All right, any administrative communications today? Here's one.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Sutton, Shawnee County Solid Waste. This Saturday, June 14th, is Flag Day, and what a better way to show your patriotism and honor Old Glory than coming out to Rolling Meadows landfill for Free Dump Day. It is a once-a-year event that Waste Management hosts in conjunction with Keep America Beautiful, and any Shawnee County resident can dispose of a load of trash for free, anything non-hazardous. So address is 7351 Northwest Highway 75, and it will be from 7 until noon. And I suggest you get there early, and it is a rain, sleet, snow, or shine event. So come on out.
Okay, hopefully no sleet that day then. Anyone else?
Courtney House, Director of Public Works, just notifying the public and the commissioners that our Northwest 35th Street Bridge project is complete and the road is back open. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Commissioner Rippon?
You know, I attended German Fest this weekend. That was great food. I enjoyed it, so it was a good event. That's about it.
All right, Commissioner Cook?
Nope, always enjoyable at German Fest.
Well, I was out of town, so I didn't get to make it to that, but,
Missed out.
all right, I don't have anything else, so we will move on.
Executive sessions.
We do not have a need for executive session today, so we are adjourned.